we don't second guess. Unapologetic, we're bold and we're loud, shining light on the left shady crowd. Oreo Express, rolling down the track, exposing the lies, ain't no turning back. Conservative fire, we're speaking the truth. At Oreo Express, this one's for you. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express, let's roll, let's go. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express, let's roll.
I hear every day about the products you all wish MyPillow carried. Well, guess what? We probably do. Slippers, bathrobes, pet beds, blankets, mattresses, sleepwear, loungewear, duvets, comforters, pot holders, aprons, oven mitts, and so much more. And they're all on sale. For example, get our best-selling standard MyPillows for only $14.98. Body pillows, $29.98. 6-piece bath towels or kitchen towel sets, just $29.98. Multi-use MyPillow 2.0s with pillowcase, $9.98. Save $40 on our Spring Percale and Giza Dream bedsheet sets. Any size, any color, and so much more. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save up to 80% on all MyPillow products. And I've never done this before. When you spend $100 or more, you're going to get 2 standard MyPillows absolutely free.
That's right, folks. Absolutely free. Welcome back to the Oreo Express. Josh here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. It is Friday. And we got some stuff to talk about. We're going to have some fun today. And just want to thank you all for being in here and sharing out this live. Welcome. We're going to talk about some stuff that's came out about some fraud in USAID. That's going to be epic. We're going to talk about some other stuff that went on last night. The foreign nationalists who are waving other countries' flags, harassing folks at local hotels in the LA area. The craziness that was going on in LA last night after the curfew has now been removed. Last night was night 2 that the curfew was removed. We're going to talk about all that and a lot more. I want to say thank you for joining us on this Friday, June 20th. Man, we were getting close. It's going to be 4th of July pretty soon. We were talking about, we went on a walk last night, me, Rach, and Cade. And we were on a walk last night, and I was like, man, I think this year, hopefully, if nothing pops off, we're going to have a nice little barbecue, hang out, light some fireworks, good time of the year. And it's been hot. You guys know I complain all the time that we try not to use our air conditioner too much. I actually got a portable AC unit here in the studio, so that way it keeps everything cool enough, because my computer's a little older and it overheats with all this stuff going on. And I got to say, man, it cooled off so nice last night. It was like 64 degrees in the house this morning, and we loving that. But it will warm back up. That's for sure. Let me jump in the comments really quick. Let me put the comments on both screens, just in case some folks comment on some other platforms. Let's see what we got here. Hunter's in the house. Cade, Texas, working to pay benefits for illegals. You're right, Josh. And they don't say thank you. Hey, man, you took the words right out of my mouth. I'm telling you. It's insane. It really is. Because you know what? For so long, when we started covering this and talking about, and we weren't the first on the scene by any matter, but when we first started talking about how much it cost for illegal aliens in the United States, people lied. Democrats were always saying, oh no, they pay more into taxes than they ever get back. And now we're learning with all these raids and everything else. They're working for cash. They're working under the table. They're getting free health benefits. Their children get free education and they pay nothing into the system. Well, how we were getting robbed and we still are. Freedom Cowgirl, how are you doing? Nola's in the house. Pixie, the cuss jar's out there, guys. So if you cuss today, it's going to benefit me, but it might benefit you because we got a raffle going on. If you see what I'm wearing right here, it's something I picked up in DC and I've been wanting one for a while. The Trump 2028 trigger hat. Now, I'm just going to be real with you. I don't want Trump in 2028. I want the man to have some rest. I want him to enjoy what he's worked so hard for. I do want some great people that are MAGA America first to take over. But I love wearing this for the effect. I wore it through the airport on the way home. I haven't even got to talk to you about that. We'll get into some of that here in a minute. JH Candy Bar, Karen Sunflower in the house. Let's see who else we got here. Susan, I'm going to go down to the bottom. It's filling up. J Law Bronco, Trina in the house, Old Uncle Bill. Thank you guys for being in here today. I hope you guys are having some fun today. Deb V says, no, there's no fraud in USAID. There never is, right? You got to believe Democrats. Remember when we had that whole hashtag Me Too? Believe all women. Believe all women. The crazy things that Democrats attach themselves to and just parrot and talk about is just unreal. Kelly says, hello, Oreo Army. So, yeah, we're going to get into it today. We got a lot to talk about. But, no, I will tell you about this. So, when I was on my plane, I flew Southwest. And I've only flown Southwest one other time before. It might have been for another DC trip. I usually don't fly Southwest. But I did this time. And, you know, they have that number. You don't have an assigned seat. You just get in there and sit. And on the way home, I was kind of very fortunate to get some good seating numbers. I think both of them, I was in the A level. So when you get in there, most of the plane's open. And you could see I sat right there next to the aisle. So everybody had to walk by me. But when I landed in Las Vegas, I had two totally different experiences. When I was on my way there, I was wearing the MAGA hat and my More Ice Please shirt with the Donald Trump hair. And man, I triggered some folks in there. I was like, wow. And it was all liberal women. No guys even flashed an eye, like gave me any type of look. But I was just amazed that that on the way, when I got off the plane in Vegas, there was all these people. There were so many plane flights getting ready to go out. And people were walking up, fist bumping me over the hat. And it was really cool. I was like, you know what? I think I like these people. I like these people. So let's get into it, guys. Let's get into it. No, this is not a Saturday Night Live skit. This is Democrat. I keep saying Democrat. I don't know why. It's just natural now. Democrat Rep Hank Johnson. He sings an anti-Trump song on his guitar about Trump shooting down democracy with a gun to be king. I don't know about you, but I have no questions on why Democrats are polling under 20% in approval ratings.
Picked it up, thought I would try it out. I hate to hurt your ears and everything, but I'm just learning to play guitar. And so I'm compelled with a new guitar and with some thoughts about that old song, Hey Joe, you know, to give some commentary on where we are now. And if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna just strum a little bit. Hey, Trump, where you going with that gun in your hand? Hey, Trump, where you going with that gun in your hand? I'm going down the street and shoot down democracy. You know I want to be a king someday. I'm going down and shoot democracy down. You know I want to be the king someday. Hey, Donald Trump, we won't let you take our democracy down. Take it down to the ground.
Oh man, I'll be honest. I just gonna be real. Maybe I should run for some type of seat because they got way too much time on their hands. Like if I wish I had this kind of time on my hands and to make a fool. This is just insane. But it was hilarious because honestly, when people look back at this 40 years from now, they're going to think, wow, the mental health pandemic in the United States of America was at an all-time high back in 2025. That's what they are going to be saying. And then I was thinking to myself, if there was somebody that just happened to find the channel right now and they've never watched the Oreo Express, they're like, what the hell is this stuff? I'm turning this off. And we never get them back again. So hopefully that didn't happen to too many people. So there's been some more information that came out. Some FBI internal emails were shown how obsessed the Biden's DOJ were with targeting Trump with new criminal charges. They wanted to see if they could charge Trump for the January 6th defendants singing a song in prison. It hit #1 on the billboards. It was an excellent song. I still play it. It's still on my list on my phone. But check out this right here. This is some of that email from JP Cooney to DOJ colleagues. Subject is J6 prison choir and Donald J. Trump. Can we do some work to nail down Trump's role in this? According to the Forbes article, Trump recorded the Pledge of Allegiance at MAL and Kash Patel is involved. It says, I will talk to Maria, Aaron, and Julia about doing some follow-up here to nail down Trump's role. Esther and I are working on this today. We're going to get put together our findings at 2 and get you something to you shortly after that. It didn't matter what Trump was doing. They were exhausting every avenue because there was a song produced. They wanted to go after Trump. And if you remember, they were still bringing up all this stuff during Kash Patel's confirmation hearing. And it's a beautiful song. Again, we know now more than ever that a lot of those people were persecuted. They didn't get the justice. They didn't get their constitutional rights. They were targeted, which we've been saying since day one. Listen to, here's just a couple quick clips about how much they talked about it at Kash Patel's confirmation hearing.
He produced a song with the so-called J6 choir. Those were in prison for having attacked police officers.
Next topic. I know you've been asked about the J6 prison choir prior in this hearing.
Now, you've claimed, Mr. Patel, you didn't know about any of these people in the choir. Is that right?
Tell me about your J6 choir. What is that?
Well, it's not my choir. It's simply a recording that was utilized to raise funds for families in need of nonviolent offenders.
Who sings on this recording?
I don't know, Senator.
What did you have to do with it?
Simply to raise funds to assist families of nonviolent offenders whose kids needed college education payments and whose rent needed being paid.
He produced a song.
They were so over that. We covered those confirmation hearings with Kash Patel. And again, so when these people talk about this, there's a memo that goes out. They say, okay, attack on this. This will make him look really bad. You know what's amazing is I think even some of us, probably more than 50% of the room, said Kash Patel would have never gotten confirmed. We weren't going to, and it's amazing. It does show, it does bear fact and bear witness to the fact that since Trump's got elected, our Republican Party has worked better than I've ever seen before in getting a job done. Not on everything, not on codifying the Doge cuts, not on the budget bill, but there is a lot of things that we are seeing that they have done that I think a lot of us beforehand were like, oh, that Kash Patel, they're going to find a way to tank this nomination.
J6.
I mean, when you look at the nominations, it was, oh no, Cash will never be the FBI director over my dead body. And you look at him now and it's like, oh, you're not dead. Thank goodness. So guys, just want to let you know, we are starting off a raffle from today is Friday to Friday raffle. Again, we are 100% viewer funded and we got you some, treats. Some of them come from DC. Some of them are souvenirs from the last week in DC where we were at the military's 250 or the Army's 250th birthday celebration, which was absolutely epic. I'm going to show you some of the items here and see if I got everything. I think I do. So we got this U.S. Army hat right here. This is one of the things that came back from DC. United States Army. That's one item. Dropped it. A Trump 2028 hat. Check that bad boy out. You gotta love this. And this one is double XL. We got two different sizes of shirts, two different types of shirts. This is and this one my sister donated when she went to the Gulf of America. This is a large Gulf of America since 2025. So those two shirts, those two hats, and this one, I should have got one for myself. I always say that when I get things, but we always get magnets and stuff when we go to different places, especially for the auction. Fight, fight, fight. It's an awesome magnet. It says Make America Great Again. So all those items will be yours if you want to get in. Again, we are 100% viewer funded, and we've been extremely behind on some things, and we're just floating along, trying to get ahead. So your support and your blessings help us out more than you know. Every time you donate $10 between now and Friday, you will get one entry in. So if you donate 30, you get 3 entries. If you donate 50, you get 5 entries. And we do it randomly with the wheel of names, and we will be choosing a winner on Friday live during our live stream. So if you guys want to enter, you can head over to Venmo at Oreo Josh, Cash App, $ Oreo Army, or givesendgo.com/Oreo 2024. And then we also have a Zelle link. If you do online or mobile banking, you can run over to Zelle, and that is or run over to our website, which is theoreoexpress.com. That's theoreoexpress.com. When you get in there, on our homepage, there's a donate now button, and it'll have that Zelle link. And once again, we appreciate your help. We can't do it without you guys. And so my favorite is obviously the Trump 2028 hat. And so if you guys want to be entered into that raffle, we appreciate you. And once again, it helps us out tremendously. So thank you guys very much for always keeping us afloat and keeping us moving on. Something else that came out today that we want to talk about. This is from Brianna Morello. Hundreds of conservative Americans found themselves on TSA terror watch lists, including the Quiet Skies program, due to their social media activity, a whistleblower has revealed. So this is coming from a whistleblower here. It says the source alleges that TSA contracted a private company to monitor Americans' online posts and flight reservations, funneling data to various TSA watch list programs. A Department of Homeland Security insider disclosed that the TSA fired several employees for incompetence tied to the Quiet Skies initiative. The whistleblower further claims that TSA misused its EVADE, Enhanced Video Analysis of Dust Exposure program, to bypass privacy protections, violating American rights on a scale 1,000 times worse than Quiet Skies. The whistleblower accuses TSA of sidestepping Title 49 of the Code for Federal Regulation, which governs transportation security, by outsourcing surveillance to a private company. The story builds on my prior exclusive report. So once again, we're getting some whistleblowers came up. I remember when we were harassed for about a year and a half. It doesn't mean I wasn't on some watch list. I'm sure I was. If they're going to watch social media and they're worried about people critical of Biden or Democrats, I would be the one to put on that list. But I remember when we would fly places, I would, and I didn't have anything crazy on my ticket. When they gave me my ticket at the airport, the 4Xs or whatever it was, I didn't have any of that. And I would go in, they would always double check me through TSA. And then when I would get to the plane, I'd be sitting there at the plane and they would wheel this thing up and then scan my hand. They would rub my hand down and put it in this little thing to see if I had explosives. They would grab my battery packs and checks that. Just absolute crazy. But it doesn't surprise me that they use a secondary agency, an outside agency, to scan through your social media posts. And what's amazing, we're actually doing that and we're being forthcoming about it and being honest to the American people, saying, hey, for these students that are coming over on visas, we're checking your social media account. If you hate this country, you don't need to be here. No hiding it, no nothing. And that's what we need. This one, instead, we talked about this yesterday. Instead of celebrating American Independence Day on July 4th, the radical left will be inciting riots. That's right. They have a No Kings 2.0 protest that's going to be held on July 4th. And I told you yesterday, if we're in town, I guess what I'm doing? I'm going to barbecue. I'm going to enjoy some nice iced tea. I got a big jug of iced tea right here. And we're going to hit the swimming pool and barbecue. Here is this right here. I find this interesting. This is their flyer. It says National Protest July 4th, 2025. Independence without tyranny. This 4th of July, we're reclaiming America's promise, freedom for all and justice for all. So they're really doing what they did to Columbus Day. Again, 4th of July, Independence Day, that says something great about America. It's something we celebrate it. They want to turn that into No Kings Day, just like they did. And originally, it really does stand for No Kings, right? 4th of July. But this is just what Democrats do. This is what they're going to be fighting against on 4th of July. They're going to be fighting against authoritarianism, against corrupt leadership, against racism, xenophobia, and injustice, for the rights of immigrants, workers, families, and everyday Americans, for truth, transparency, and equality under our Constitution. You just can't make this stuff up. Check this out.
I do believe that you should be made aware of, if you are not already, that you are working with and going to be speaking at an organization and rally that not is just funded by Christy Walton, the heiress of Walmart, but also has ties to the Chinese Progressive Association, largely funding it, that actually brags on their website that they are pro-Maoist. And when you use brown people, just like they use black people with BLM and Marxists during BLM to usher that in, when you use brown people and you put Mexican flags with them saying that you stand up for illegal immigrants, but you follow the money and it's going back to the Communist Party, what you're essentially doing is using using your platform as elected officials, the trust that the American people have put in you, essentially to usher in communism. You're not actually fighting for American values. Don't roll your eyes, because it's a serious topic, and that's where the money's coming from.
Indeed. And by the way, this brown person wants nothing to do with those leftists. Let's expand the conversation with Florida Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna. It's great to see you, Congresswoman. How concerned are you that not only is the Democrat Party ideologically aligned with communist China, but online sleuths and congressional Republicans, they're tracking Democrats funneling taxpayer dollars to these NGOs that are closely tied to the CCP?
So I'm very concerned about, so much so that we are launching an investigation into this on oversight, at least into Mr. Singham. And I've also talked to Chairman Comer about issuing a subpoena to George Soros, which I think he's going to. And then I actually just received a message today from Representative Van Drew, who's in New Jersey, that actually said on his subcommittee, of which he's a chairman, they're going to explicitly be looking at George Soros's interferences in our election process. So look, this is something that's been well overdue. Look, this is my second term in office. And so I definitely think it should have been done before my time. But what I will tell you is, because of the fact that you have great investigative journalists like Data Republican, like these other individuals that are bringing attention to this, even to Laura Loomer's credit. She's also been really good on tying down some of the money that Neville Singham's wife has been funneling into Code Pink, which is also, doing the same thing to sow division in this country. I would say that, they're doing the groundwork, and it's our job in Congress to follow up. But look, there's a lot of people in Congress that can get weak stomachs on these topics. And so we need the American people to hold them accountable.
Folks, I thank God for my wonderful wife, my kids.
Is the American people to hold these folks accountable. And again, it's always Marxist, communist money that is funneling through the DNC, the Democrat Party, Act Blue, and it's just absolutely insane. I wanted to show you this video. This was posted by Fox News earlier. It says the IDF announced that key Hezbollah commander Mohammed Kardar al-Husseini, allegedly responsible for rocket attacks in Israel, was killed in an Israeli airstrike in southern Lebanon. Check this out. Watch this. As soon as I pull it up, it plays on repeat for hours. And as soon as I pull it up, I got to refresh it. Hold on. Look at this. Boom. You wonder if they had any idea. You know what I mean? I wonder if they had any idea, if they were like trying to hit the gas or anything like that, or if it was just like a boom. You wonder. You wonder. You like those sound effects, huh? Federal Appeals Court has indefinitely blocked Judge Breyer's order to put Gavin Newsom back in control of the National Guard. All we've heard about since Trump deployed the National Guard to keep our federal buildings protected is that Trump doesn't have the right to do that. Not without my authority, Gavin Newsom says. A 3-judge panel, which included a Biden-appointed judge and 2 Trump-appointed judge, was a unanimous decision. And move this over here. And I think that was great news. Actually, let me move this. Man, I got this all out of order here somehow. So if you remember, this was Gavin Newsom's tweet on June 9th. New, we are suing Donald Trump. This is a manufactured crisis. He is creating fear and terror to take over the state militia and violate the U.S. Constitution. The illegal order he signed could allow him to send the military into any state he wishes. Every governor, red or blue, should reject this outrageous overreach. There's a lot of hyperbole out there. This isn't that. This is unmistakably a step towards authoritarianism that threatens the foundation of our republic. We cannot let it stand. like many of the cases that Gavin Newsom has taken against Donald Trump, he is losing. And again, it's really unfortunate because once again, we've had other states enact their governors enact the National Guard because of protest. I know Texas did because what it was seeing in protest and some of the violence going on there. Donald Trump tweeted or truthed out this big win in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals on the president's core power to call in the National Guard. The judges obviously realize that Gavin Newsom is incompetent and ill prepared, but this is much bigger than Gavin because all over the United States, if our cities and our people need protections, we are the ones that are going to give it to them should state and local police be unable, for whatever reason, to get the job done. This is a great decision for our country, and we will continue to protect and defend law-abiding Americans. Congratulations to the Ninth Circuit. America is proud of you tonight. Now, I want to take some stuff. When I read this, I almost wonder if this was a strategic plan by the Trump administration they had this chaos and they're like, you know what? We're going to put the National Guard in. Gavin's going to sue. It's going to create precedent. And then this will be a great bargaining tool to other cities, whether it's Philadelphia or other cities like that are just full of chaos. Chicago, where, more murders there than in third world countries just over a weekend. Because what he says right here, if our cities and our people need protections, we are the ones to give it to them should state and local police be unable. And he says, for whatever reason, to get the job done. So I think we're going to be seeing more of National Guard when we hear about this craziness, because it's not just immigration, but whenever you have a criminal who's not white, a guy pulls a gun and tries to shoot police and police, shoot back and kill him. Well, you can't do that because he was a person of color. You got to let him get away with the crime. You got to let him shoot police. And so that causes an uproar. And usually the police, unfortunately, because of the way they handle situations these days, they think, well, if we go out to the streets and protect our American citizens, that's interfering in their protests, and that'll just cause more violence. That's what they're saying with Trump. Because he's defending the federal building, he's causing these people to rob, loot, and murder throughout Los Angeles. Makes no sense whatsoever. I think you guys know that. So I think we're going to see some more of this, and not anytime soon, but I think we're going to see it over a period of time. And when there is unrest in this country, I think Trump's going to pick up the phone at some cases. Maybe some cases he won't. He'll probably just truth out, hey, Minnesota, you need to get your act together or I'm going to send in the National Guard. And if Minnesota doesn't do that, guess what? He's deploying the National Guard. This is epic. Let's see. Donald Trump is calling for a special prosecutor now. And I think we need one. I think now that we know, we just found out the Chinese, the CCP, were mass producing fake licenses to register people to vote. There was a lot of things going on during the 2020 election. Listen to Trump's Truth Social post. 0 border crossings for the month for Trump versus 60,000 for sleepy, crooked Joe Biden, a man who lost the 2020 presidential election by a landslide. Biden was grossly incompetent, and the 2020 election was a total fraud. The evidence is massive and overwhelming. A special prosecutor must be appointed. This cannot be allowed to happen again in the United States of America. Let the work begin. What this crooked man and his corrupt cronies have done to our country in 4 years is grossly indescribable. Make America great again. And we talked about this throughout the elections, throughout everything else after Trump. Are they going to be focusing on 2020? A lot of people like myself feel if you don't fix what happened in 2020 or at least get to the bottom of it, where'd all those missing votes go in 2024? You know, just surprisingly, we had mass mail-in ballots, all the things they did when they ushered in COVID. I'm hoping and I'm praying that we do get to the bottom of it. It won't change anybody's opinion. If we have Nancy Pelosi on video with Chuck Schumer and Adam Schiff driving a bus, there's 3 steering wheels on the bus and they're driving it, each one of them. And there's 3 million people in this bus and they take them off to illegally vote. And we have this video and they get back out. The people of America are too stupid. I'm just telling you right now. And I'm not talking about us. I'm not talking about those people that are independents. I'm talking about the Democrat Party. It matters. I mean, just look at how they're still responding to COVID. They're still wearing masks, even though we know masks don't work. They're upset because now they have to fight harder to get that so-called vaccine. If you look at everything that they're doing, folks, it don't matter what evidence. Mainstream media is not going to pick it up. They might play a 3-minute segment on it and then it's done. Again, that's why it's up to you guys to share out this information. It's up to us to be out there on the street and covering it. Check this out. Kari Lake fires 85% of the positions at the U.S. Agency for Global Media. We ran into Kari Lake in D.C., me and Twinkle Toes Matt. And it was good to see her. But let me pull this up right here. And it's hard for me to read it because it's small print. It says, Kari Lake enforces President Trump executive order, reduces U.S. Agency for Global Media workforce by 85%, cuts waste, and exposes corruption. I think this is great news. Again, we're seeing this throughout. We've done a lot of cuts, and still yet I can't find one true story of anybody I know that's affected by these cuts. Senior citizens, children, you name it. I can't find one. I know the media said they were going to be all over the place, that people are going to be dying in the streets. Your grocery store shelves are going to be empty. I went shopping the other day on my way home from the gym. Guess what? Store shelves weren't empty, guys. I hate to break it to you. I actually got a good deal on some meat for lunch. So they can try all they want. I think it's great. What else do we have? How about this? When we talk about waste, fraud, and abuse, let's talk about USAID. How much was this? $550 million? Take a listen in conjunction with
another firm. Well, 4 people are pleading guilty, all part of a $500 million bribery scandal involving USAID. Mike Emanuel has the story from Washington.
Bill, good morning. The scheme involving cash, NBA tickets, and a country club wedding. According to the Justice Department, USAID official Roderick Watson sold his influence starting back in 2013. Contractors Walter Barnes and Daryl Britt funneled payoffs through subcontractor Paul Young to hide their tracks. It doesn't end there. Barnes's company, working in conjunction with another firm, kept receiving federal funds, $5,000 for human resources consulting late last year, and then later, after suing the government, a contract worth up to $800 million. Matthew R. Galliotti, head of the Justice Department's criminal division, saying, quote, their scheme violated the public trust by corrupting the federal government's procurement process. Anybody who cares about good and effective government should be concerned about the waste, fraud, and abuse in government agencies, including USAID. Cutting waste, fraud, and abuse has been a big focus on Capitol Hill across government, a major priority for House Speaker Mike Johnson. The U.S. Agency for International Development has been a target for those looking to trim government spending, with some suggesting the agency funneled taxpayer dollars into ideological projects.
I mean, USAID blew it. They showed themselves to be completely irresponsible. It needs to be redone, and the funds need to be directed properly.
Back to the scheme, the Justice Department says this kind of fraud erodes public trust. Bill?
Wild story, Mike. $500 million. Remarkable. Mike Emanuel.
It's only $500 million, folks, but there's no waste, fraud, and abuse going on. 4 of them pleading guilty. And there's going to be more of that to come. I thought this was excellent. JD Vance will be in Los Angeles today visiting our Marines that are deployed by President Trump. Again, this comes just a day after a 3-judge panel ruled that Trump is in the right now. It's still going through further court proceedings, but that Gavin Newsom cannot snatch back the National Guard or do whatever. So I think this is great news. He'll be down there today. Maybe if we have a second show, it's Friday. If we have a second show, I'm sure we'll be bringing up highlights of that. So we'll check that out for sure. And don't forget, guys, we have a raffle going on from today through Friday. So you got a 1-week raffle. We got some epic stuff, some souvenirs. Let me show you. We were just at the Army's 250th birthday celebration. We got this U.S. Army hat while we were down there. This will be one of those items. The epic Trump 2028. If you want to trigger some folks, this is how you do it. Brand new hat right here. We got a double XL shirt for the Army's 250th birthday. This will defend U.S. Army. One of the shirts my sister donated to me, which is a large. You have Gulf of America since 2025. And this fight magnet that you can put up wherever. I think it's epic. So if you guys want to enter into that, there's one way to do that, and that's through donating. Every $10 donation gets you 1 entry. If you donate 30, you get 3 entries. You donate 50, you get 5 entries. You can donate, again, at Venmo at Oreo Josh, Cash App, $ Oreo Army, GiveSendGo.com/Oreo 2024. And we also have, if you use mobile or online banking, we have our Zelle link on our website. Head over to our website, theoreoexpress.com. And there's a donate now button there. And again, we are 100% viewer funded. We got bills to pay. We're behind. So if you guys want to help us out, it's an absolute blessing. And we want to say thank you. And you get something cool, especially that Trump hat. That Trump hat is rocking. I'm telling you. I wish I could wear it to the gym. I just don't want to ruin this hat. I want to keep it all clean. All my other hats are pretty thrashed. So last night, once again, in Portland at the ICE facility, there wasn't a very large crowd, but there was a very loserish crowd. Jan Garner is in for 3. Thank you for the Rumble rant. Yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention you could do it through Rumble. If you do Rumble rants on Rumble, you can do it from where you're chatting at now. Thank you, Jan. Appreciate your support. But I found this live stream last night and I was looking through it. I was watching LA. LA was chaotic in some areas. We got some videos of that too, just sideshows, lawlessness, and the things that Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass don't address. But this person literally has, you know, those little tote baskets you buy for like $7.99 at Target or Walmart to store stuff in, or the laundry hampers that are like 2.5 feet tall and they have a lid on them. This person is literally carrying one of those for protection. You can't make this stuff up. It's like, it reminds me of what Caden does right now. Caden's into building houses. And then he got one of those little rubber dart guns, and I'll shoot him with it. And he'll go grab something, and he'll block the dart when he's running through the house. And it seemed very reminiscent to this right here. Oh, let me refresh this one. I hate when it does that. Go out there and have to work the streets so we can get a new computer. Look at That's the top of like a laundry basket right there. This is hilarious, guys. I mean, these children.
God bless Mason.
Listen, it's just a game to them. They have no life outside of this. That's why they're out there. Listen to some of the conversations in the background. Listen to how they're acting. These are real hardcore protesters. They're going to take down ICE.
God bless Mason.
You think that would stop a 357, a 9mm, or a 45 Magnum round?
Hey, why you acting like he's your safe?
I was just like they literally go home, turn on like Blue's Clues, and they're like, look at the awesome job we did last night. Aren't you proud of us? Oh my gosh. Now in where was this one? This was in Montebello, California. So you have people, Miss Hayes, 98. Thank you for everything you covered. Thank you for your support. We appreciate you, and you are entered in to win into the raffle. Thank you. So you have people doxing these ICE agents constantly. They're on Blue Sky, on they're even doing it on X at times, but their accounts are being banned. And then where they're staying, and then they're putting out the location where ICE is staying, and they're going out to protest it. These foreign nationals were at Home 2 Suites in Montebello, California. And let me see which. I was absolutely amazed, and I got a lot of video. I'm not going to put up a lot of video here. We're already 47 minutes into it. But this was from inside, one of the people staying inside the hotel. They recorded, and they weren't going to be able to go to sleep. They had kids in there.
Kids are able to sleep. Are you guys gonna be able to sleep? Is anybody here? No.
Hold on. Once again, they're all stopping today. I'm going to have to reset the computer before the next live. Let me pull this back up.
Are you guys gonna be able to sleep?
Lights, they have drums.
Is anybody here? Oh yeah, look.
Talking to our kid.
Venezuela. EBT crowd, black men, you're so funny. Kids are able to sleep.
Somebody in her chat said it's the EBT crowd, and she read that comment. But look at they have those powerful lights that we take out with us, and they were literally out there marching around the building. They had metal poles around that hotel. There is around the backside, like where the pool and everything is. They have your typical metal fencing, and they were all the way. I went to bed at 12:15 last night, or I stopped checking in on it at 12:15, and they were still doing it. This was also interesting too. I shared this out on X. I don't know why Hilton Hotels would put this sign out there. And this sign states, this was out in front of the driveway. You could see the yellow markings right there. It says, in accordance with the city of Montebello position, ICE is not welcome here. And it has the Hilton Garden Inn, the Home 2 Suites, and then another logo. And can you imagine, when we talk about Nazis, this is Nazi-esque. We have federal law enforcement officials that are out putting their lives on the line each day. Some of these rapists, these hardened criminals, these murderers that these guys are going after, at any second, these ICE agents could never see their family again. Many of them are away from home. All they want is a good night's sleep. And these foreign nationalists, these Mexico nationalists that need to be sent back, whether they're legal or illegal, I'm getting to the point, and I'm telling you, I talk to some people that don't agree with me quite a bit on everything that I am. And when they see this going on, they say, I'm upset with my own people. I'm upset with my own people. What they're doing is disgusting. That's not how you handle it. Because the people that I know have a respect for law enforcement and this country, even though they might not have been born in the United States, they pledged their allegiance here. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Now, this was, I can't remember the name of the town, but more lawlessness in California. I was watching this live. That's where I took this screen recording at. For hours, fireworks going off, cars doing burnouts, sideshows, people out there with their beer, open containers, drinking on the streets, and you wonder what could go wrong. Take a look at this. Now you won't see that on mainstream media. When people are calling out Gavin Newsom or when they're reporting on the state of California, they won't show some more to this one. What happened to the other one? Why is this all out of whack? Hold on. Maybe it's at the end. I had some more videos of that. Huh. I guess they disappeared. Now, at the beginning, we showed you that fool playing the guitar, singing a song about Trump, and we are seeing an increased violence, over 500% increase in violence towards our federal law enforcement, in particular our ICE officials. We've seen their doxing, the doxing of their families, the doxing of their children. Democrats now want to put bills in place to not allow them to wear a mask to cover their identity when they're going after illegal aliens. Yes, anybody that comes into this country is a criminal if they came in illegally. Did you know that? They don't have to go rob a 7-Eleven. They don't have to get a DUI. Nope. They came in illegally. They cut in line when we got people that really want to be here with true asylum claims and said, F you to everybody else. Listen to Nadler.
Right because now. Otherwise, why would they be wearing masks and denying their identities? But these people are wearing masks and are totally unidentified. And the question is why? The question is why. It's completely improper. And again, one has to assume they're hiding something or they're hiding misbehavior because otherwise, why would they be wearing masks and denying their identities?
So we know why. Again, we've seen the doxing. We've covered all that. We've seen the assault and again, this is the same rhetoric they used towards Trump. This is what got Trump 2 assassination attempts, one that almost took his life. And here we are saying, oh, why are they wearing masks? You know, it's kind of funny. Why was everybody wearing masks and I wasn't allowed in stores? I wasn't allowed to pump gas. I wasn't allowed to do anything without a mask. Can't tell you how many places I was kicked out of. But you didn't have a problem with that. You don't have a problem with Trans-Tifa, the violent retards, or Antifa, all these white little privileged kids that are out on the streets burning down buildings. You don't have a problem with that when they're wearing masks. If you want to do a de-mask, I'm free to do that to where you can't wear a mask, period. Let's play that game. Let's play that game. I would love to see that because we would win again. You guys remember also, speaking of ICE and detentions and arrests, you guys remember last week where we said, we showed you Brad Lander, the comptroller, or maybe it was the beginning of this week. It's already Friday. I think it was the beginning of this week where he was arrested for obstructing ICE agents. Well, guess what? He's right back. He was released and he's right back in there doing the same thing. Another political stunt. Take a look at this.
We'll see. Good morning. Good morning.
This is the immigration courts.
How are you? Brad, what's your name?
Nice to meet you. Neighbor.
Very good. What's your name?
Ruth.
Ruth.
Hi, Brian.
What's going on so far? I did, which suggests that there are some people on the list, but we don't know where.
So we're just walking.
Yeah. Don't have their cases dismissed. So have there been any dismissals yet?
Some other observer has seen some.
You did see a dismissal.
I
okay. All
right. These Marxists are amazing. Here he is again. Listen.
Watch your back. Watch your back. Drop the camera. Drop the camera. Drop the camera. Drop the camera. Drop the camera.
All a photo op. All a photo op.
You can do that, man. I think this is authentic.
I think this is authentic. Really authentic.
No faces, guys. No faces. Come on, no faces, please. They need anonymity. But it's great to have cameras in the. Get them on the go to get.
Now, they had some other people that want to be in the limelight now. Imagine that. This is, again, the Ted Weiss Federal Building in Manhattan on Thursday. Council member Tiffany Caban appeared to be attempting to block the arrest and was nearly detained herself during the confrontation. Take a look at this.
You will go to jail. If you impede, you will go to jail. So stop. You guys will go to jail if you impede.
I got that one. Brad, no. I thought they were going to rest.
This is just laughable. All for a photo op. They don't care about those people. They've never done anything for these people except allow them to be paid less than minimum wage and to lower the wages of American citizens. That's it.
Where'd they go? We can't go there.
She just lost her husband, and she's asking that you guys not take pictures.
You know what? All these people had an opportunity to get a free flight home to their homeland and earn $1,000 when they get there. This administration's done more than anywhere else to help folks out. And once again, Trump said, if I am obstructed from doing my job, and Tom Homan said, if you don't work with us to get criminal illegal aliens out, then guess what? It's not just going to be those people that have committed more crime than just entering the country illegally. There will be collateral damage. And you know what Democrats said? Let there be collateral damage. And that's what we're seeing now. Take a look at this one. This guy, take a look at this is, I think, LA.
The truck and the tools left behind, the gardeners gone.
They left the lawnmower going right here on the front lawn, the car open. They threw my gardener's phones in the car with the car keys, left everything open, and just took off.
Christopher Ames alerted to the activity outside his home on 5th Street in Ontario by his neighbors, who told him his 2 gardeners were just mowing his lawn when they were taken into custody Thursday morning. On a street where neighbors proudly displayed the American flag, the arrest seemed jarring.
I just think that's wrong. This is not the way we treat people, and this is not the way this country should be acting.
Ames did not witness the arrest, but he believes the men were taken into custody by Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents.
Son mis sobrinos, son mi familia.
Late tonight, the workers' family members showed up to claim the truck. Luis told us they were taken by ICE and there's been no contact. They were my family, he said, and were living in fear. Neighbor Rose watched it all from her window across the street.
I understand people are doing their jobs. I understand people are here legally. I get the entire picture. But to be scooped up in such a way, I just hope that they had the opportunity to reach out to their families.
She's concerned that with their cell phones left behind, the men were taken with no way to contact their families.
As a mom, as a wife, if I'm expecting someone to come home and they don't come home, and I have no way of reaching them or finding them.
I wonder if she ever puts herself in an angel family's shoes. Imagine when you never get to talk to them again because they were killed or raped or murdered by one of these illegal aliens let in by Mayorkas and Joe Biden. Once again, and they don't know the situations. They don't know if these, quote, gardeners. I love when it says they were a mother, they were a father. Okay, there's a lot of mothers and fathers that commit crimes, murders, sell drugs, fraud. And but that's just how the media is going to portray it, just like the halo they put over George Floyd. And then we have, once again, the fake news putting out their headlines, totally misleading stories. Take a look at this. A reporter is detained by a reporter is detained by ICE after reporting on immigration protest. Mario Guevara, a Spanish language reporter originally from El Salvador, was arrested while covering a No Kings protest outside Atlanta on Saturday, his lawyers said. Let's see what Homeland Security said. False accusations that Mario Guevara was arrested by ICE because he is a journalist are completely untrue. Mario was arrested in DeKalb County, Georgia, police for willful obstruction after he refused to comply with local police orders to move out of the middle of the street. Following his arrest by local authorities, ICE placed a detainer on him. Following his release, he was turned over to ICE custody and has been placed in a removal proceeding. The El Salvadorian national is in ICE custody because he entered the country illegally in 2004. Illegal aliens can take control of their departure with the CBP Home app. No apologies. No nothing. Once again, if he's being told to get out of the road and he was obstructing law enforcement, maybe people will finally learn their lesson because for so long they haven't. We've seen a bunch of chaos in this world. Just this in from ICE. We just arrested a known MS-13 illegal alien who had barricaded himself inside an Orlando area home in response to a targeted arrest operation We appreciate our partners from the FBI and Florida Highway Patrol for their fantastic work during this intense situation. And so this is some pictures of that there. Barricaded himself inside a home, and that didn't last long because there they come outside the home, not their home, because they are going to be sent back to their home. And again, breaking the law does not pay. Breaking the law does not pay. See. So, guys, check this out. If you guys are just tuning in, we do have a raffle going on from today till Friday. 1 week raffle. If you guys want to enter, we appreciate it. We are 100% viewer funded. Lights, camera, travel, food, everything is paid for, thankfully, by the viewers that keeps us able to do this. And if you guys appreciate it and you guys want to join in, I'll show you what you're joining in for. This epic trigger hat, guys. Epic trigger hat. Trump 2028 hat. We got that. That's my favorite. I'm gonna be honest. This is from DC, from the U.S. Army 250th birthday. You get that hat. Let's see what else. This was donated by my sister. This is a size large Gulf of America t-shirt right there. I wear that to trigger them. It's better if you do combo triggers, like a shirt and a hat. Then we got this double XL U.S. Army, 250 years, established 1775. And then we have a Trump fight magnet. This is an epic one. Take a look at that. Pretty shiny. So if you guys want to enter to win, we will be doing the raffle live on Friday. And want to say thank you guys for entering. You can enter at Venmo at Oreo Josh, Cash App, $Oreo Army, GiveSendGo.com/Oreo 2024. And then if you guys do mobile or online banking, you can run over to our website. We have our Zelle link on there, and our website is theoreoexpress.com. You go over there on our homepage. We have a donate now button. You can enter to, you can hit the donate now button. It'll have our donation links. We want to say thank you for keeping us around. Thank you for keeping us on the air. It's an absolute blessing. We appreciate you guys. I'm not absolutely positive we're going to be doing a second live today. If some interesting things come up, it seems like this morning it's been overall a slow news day other than what we covered. But you might see us. Yes, Susan, you might see us throughout the weekend. We're looking for some stuff going on right now. If not, we'll always be back Monday, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be, if nothing else news-wise, there'll be some evening or late night coverage of some of the protests and riots that are going on throughout the country. So again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. We appreciate those that help us out in these raffles and keep us funded, guys. So you all have a great weekend, and we'll probably see you later today. But if not, we'll see you this weekend. God bless.
I hear every day about the products you all wish MyPillow carried. Well, guess what? We probably do. Slippers, bathrobes, pet beds, blankets, mattresses, sleepwear, loungewear, duvets, comforters, pot holders, aprons, oven mitts, and so much more. And they're all on sale. For example, get our best-selling standard MyPillows for only $14.98. Body pillows, $29.98. 6-piece bath towels or kitchen towel sets, just $29.98. Multi-use MyPillow 2.0s with pillowcase, $9.98. Save $40 on our Spring Percale and Giza Dream bedsheet sets. Any size, any color, and so much more. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save up to 80% on all MyPillow products. And I've never done this before. When you spend $100 or more, you're going to get 2 standard MyPillows absolutely free.
we don't second guess. Unapologetic, we're bold and we're loud. Shine a light on the left shady crowd. Oreo Express, rolling down the track, exposing the lies, ain't no turning back. Conservative fire, we're speaking the truth. At Oreo Express, this one's for you. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express, let's roll, let's go. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land.